Okay, so we are continuing with this. So I was trying to show you the right hand just very naturally just sits on the soundboard. Now here, a little bit of angle, I sometimes play a little bit more vertical, but you're supposed to be a little more tilted. See? And with some practice, you get this grazing technique. Okay, one person had asked about Takiyeh. So Takiyeh is just, they're all Takiyeh and Etesal and Etihad, and those are kind of in the same family. Slur and hammering, and Takiyeh is a more complex version of hammering. Simple hammering or hammering is like this. You just hold one note, you hit, and then the other finger comes down. Now, depending on your timing, they can have different names. Sometimes you do it so quickly that the first note is just a grace note. See, you could do slow, and then you could do it fast. If you do it really fast and hold tight, the sound remains, and you hear the second note. So for the most part, you hear the second note. And if you just hit and lift, that's a takiyeh. Now some people don't even believe in using the next fret or next note. They believe in using both fingers and going to the next 2-3 notes. And of course, in reverse, you're going to a note below. Okay, it's really good to have a teacher show you all of these things. A video may not be sufficient. So let's try it again. This is Etesal, or hammering. So you hit once, you hammer. But Takiyeh is this. So you hit, you touch, and you come back. And they usually show it with a circle under the note in music scores. A circle or a U. Darush Talayi, Ustad Talayi, I should say, uses a U notation, which is, I think, to me much more suitable. Okay, so that's that. Let's see. Okay, so I told you about the nails being all clipped. Right hand nail being flat almost. You can buff it. The corner being used, the corner of the nail. I think in the other video I showed you what sounds the frets need to have. Okay, and then that's pretty much it. I don't know what other points I could bring up. just play a few little things for you, just to for you to have a sense of how these Takiyeh and Etesal things come into play. I'm just doing it slowly. Now I use a lot of my pinky, fourth finger. In sitar, you're supposed to really be able to stretch the three fingers and play most notes. You know, depending on what kind of structure your joints have. And let me see if I can show anything. Some people can bend their fingers back a lot. Well, I can't, as you can see. I really can't bend my fingers. But if you are one of the people who's blessed with that sort of ability, that just means that when you're holding your the notes, your fingers can open up a lot more, just because this finger can move back, can be bent backwards. So when it comes to stretching, right now this is stuck. It really, if it goes back, your fingers can open up a lot more. I don't have that ability, so a lot of times I use my fourth finger to cover that handicap. So that's one thing. As far as the scales go, maybe I can just add a little bit in here. If you take the major scale, and to just take the fourth, the perfect fourth, which is the F, and you raise it by 40 cents. 40 cents is even less than a quarter tone. You basically make shur, which is one of the main scales in Persian music. You make they call it shur in E. You have shur in mi bekar. So if you wanted to play shur, so this is just like the major scale. It's C, except that F is a little bit sharp. So this is all like the major scale. Now these drone strings are kind of misleading you a little bit, but what you have created really is shur, which is one of the main Persian scales in E. Playing Tutorial. So this would be shur in E natural. Now if you focus yourself, and if the melodies revolve around the G here, you get Tutorial. So this is just like the major scale, just shifted a little bit. If the melodies focus around this F sharp, mini sharp, you get segah. Let me stop and come back again. I think I'm reaching my 10-minute segment.